Okay, boys and girls, welcome back to another GeminiScaleModelWerx video. In this video, we're going to start doing the first structure I am going to build for my ethanol plant. Well, not the first structure, the first additional structure for my ethanol plant. And what you're looking in front of you is the North Island refinery. This is an old kit. I built this kit probably 15, 20 years ago when I was still living in California. Actually, more than 20 years ago. More like 30 years ago, because I'm here in Arizona for 25 years. Anyhow, I'm not going to build the entire kit. I'm just going to build the fracking towers, the 3 fracking towers, and the furnace, I guess you want to call that. And I also have the tank that's going to go along with this kit. And hopefully I can fit it all in the station I want to do. Anyhow, I had already started on this, and I'll show you what I mean by started. And then we'll go through the parts we need to get this project going. This was the foundation that they give you in the kit. And did not have this one underneath it. I had to put this one here because when I cut this off, it broke right here because it's so thin. So I gave this a little reinforcement, but you won't see that once everything is painted. And if you do, it's okay. So I'm not going to discard this because I may need it for if I want to build the heat exchangers, I think is what they call them, heat exchangers. So what you're looking at here with these little white guys are going to be additions to the little concrete pads that they got, because you can hardly see them. And as you can see, I did mark them so I know when I put these on here where I have to cut them on, because I'm going to glue these on first like that. And then once it's dry, I'll go ahead and cut it. This might not be as easy as I think. Yeah, there you go. So once that dries, I'll cut it. The reason for the pencil marks is because once I have this glued on here, I won't be able to see where I need to cut. So I put these pencil marks there. Alright, so I'm not going to bore you with me doing that. I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and I'll bring you back when it's all done. So stay tuned, and we will be back shortly. Okay, boys and girls, we are back. And as you can see, I have all my little pad extensions, if you want to call them that. They still need to be cut down. I'm just going to wait for them to dry up pretty good. Now, something already is not kosher. I'm peeling off the parts to start building this, okay? And the first thing I want to build is I guess they call it a furnace. I'm not sure for what it is. So I picked up, or I looked up all these parts, and what I did was I numbered them so I could take them off the sprue and paint them. Now, I need the parts for this guy, for the smokestack. So I go to this page, and I start figuring out these parts here, and I cannot find this guy, number 2. And that's important. I need to have that number 2. But I'm going to start building this, and eventually I'm hoping that it'll show up. So, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start taking these parts off of here and getting them painted and so on and so forth. So stay tuned, and we will be back shortly. Okay, boys and girls. What we're going to do next is we're going to go ahead and build this section. When we get this section done, then we're going to build this, because the reason why I'm putting this as a separate little build is because it's going to be part of this down here. I did find my number 2, by the way, and actually there's 2 of them in the kit. So what I did was I pulled all the parts off of the sprue, and as you can see, they're all numbered. So all I got to do now is figure out what colors I want to paint all this stuff, and then we'll go from there. But before we paint, you guys know that I don't like using glue on top of paint, so I'm going to clean everything up. I'm going to assemble this, and then I'm going to paint it. I don't know what color I'm going to paint it yet. Probably gunmetal. I'm thinking light gunmetal for this part. The smokestack will be a different color. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning this stuff up, and I'm going to go ahead and assemble it, and we'll continue from there. Be right back. Okay, guys and gals, before I continue, I want to show you that these are the products I've been using. These are evergreen styrene products. This is a flat styrene that's 20 thousandths by 30 thousandths, and this is 1/4 inch tubing. And I'll show you what I'm going to use the tubing for. So, this is what we've got done so far. I still got to put all my little pieces in there, but I was looking for more stuff that I could use for detail on this kit, and I came across this one guy who built this whole diorama, and he was selling it for $600 and something. I said, well, I was just curious, but what caught my eye is he actually detailed this guy out by adding a couple of extra stacks. In other words, this one here is going to go up here. Let me see, back the camera out a bit. And let's see if we can. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so what he did was, actually he put 3 of these, but I'm only going to put 2. He put 2 like this, and then 1 on the other side. I'm just going to put them kitty corner from each other, and be done with it. So now, this guy, he's ready for paint. And here is my concrete pad that I told you I was going to modify a little bit. And I got all my little pad extenders on there. And so this guy is ready to be painted. So, with all that being said, let's get this ready for paint. The temperature in here in Arizona has been between 75 and 80 in the afternoon. So I don't think I'm going to have any problem painting this. So we'll talk to you guys later. Adios. Okay, boys and girls, here is my finished product. Now, the only problem is I don't know if I'm going to use this on the layout. Only reason why is because I started doing some research to see how the plumbing would be on this, and I had not seen one video that had this type of a furnace. Everything is done inside all the buildings. So, I built it just in case I want to use it. I did paint, I did paint the basic structure in white gunmetal Tamiya. I painted the railing and the smokestack with Tamiya silver leaf is what I used. Now, one thing I want to point out is this has got holes in the base to line this guy up. But what I noticed is there's one hole that's missing. Right there. It's missing. So, these all have little locating pins. So the hole that's missing, what I did was to make this sit level, was I cut the locating pin off of this one, and now it all lines up in all the holes and stuff that it's supposed to line up in. The concrete color that I used is a Tamiya light Air Force gray. I don't remember, it's TS16. I don't remember what the exact number is. But anyhow, all my little pads are all in there, nice, look really good. They raised the piping, the plumbing up just a little bit to what I would want. And now, because I am not using the second half of this build, I have to design the plumbing that's going to go from here to wherever it needs to go to. That's why I'm not sure if I'm going to use this guy. Anyhow, with all of that being said, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed this video, and as always, your questions, comments, input, subs, shares, and likes are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. GeminiScaleModelWerx out for now. No. Wait. Let me show you something. My next video is going to be on the rest of this build, which is all the towers and stuff, which is what I am interested in. But look at this mess. Let me zoom in a little bit. Now, it's really hard to see with all of these, I don't know, walkways or whatever you want to call them, landings as you go up the ladders and stuff. It's going to be really hard to kind of figure that all out. So I did go on YouTube, and of course I looked for information on this, and the only guy I found, his was actually even worse than mine because his was an older version of this kit. So, again, with all that being said, we'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Bye for now.